Good evening and welcome to Your Call. It's the one show on Indian television where you, the viewer, can ask your question directly to our special guest of the week. I'm joined tonight by a man whose life is truly an extraordinary one. Someone who's been described as a poet prophet of alternative medicine by Time magazine, a new age superstar by others. Joining me tonight is Dr. Deepak Chopra. Let's just have a look at the highlights of his life and career. What do you think it was about it that drew so many celebrities? I mean, you have Demi Moore, you have Madonna, you were close to Michael Jackson. Why did you become a celebrity guru, as some would call you?
My Indian accent.
Yes, of course. Right nationality at the right time?
No, on a more serious note, extraordinarily talented people have what I call the wisdom of insecurity. It drives them. And were it not for that insecurity, they wouldn't be where they are today. So many times I would see them because they were insecure, and I would encourage them to be insecure. Even, you know, Lady Gaga a couple of years ago, called me with the fact that she was having nightmares and frightening dreams. I said, describe them, and they were so surreal. I said, put them on your sets, make them part of your music.
Now
and
we know who to thank.
And she did, and it was, you know, she channeled that. So my philosophy always has been that no matter what the situation is, no matter how much chaotic or confusing or uncertain or insecure you feel, right there is the seed for the unfolding of some potential that you haven't looked at.
Michael Jackson was also somebody who was close to you. You spoke to him just a few days before his death. Tell us about one of the geniuses of our time and the tragic way he died, because you felt very strongly about the kind of drugs and the medication he had been given as well. Yeah,
Michael was one of the most extraordinary, I would say, tortured genius souls of our time. He was Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, and Elvis Presley and the Beatles and all of that put together. When he danced, he went into an ecstatic state and he transcended. And then a tragedy happened. He had the Pepsi accident. A big part of his scalp was burnt. And then, you know, he fell prey to predatory doctors who not only perpetuated his addiction but initiated his addiction. And there's a cabal of doctors in Hollywood that do that, as you know, unethical doctors. I've been calling out on them for years and years and years, and that was basically what happened. The doctor thrives on the association with a big Hollywood figure, and of course it makes the Hollywood figure dependent, and the celebrity also becomes dependent, and it's a disease.
So Deepak, where does creativity lie? Ultimately, I feel there's an access point beyond myself, and you've been looking at this whole condition of where is it? Where do creative people find creativity? But my question, Deepak, is that act of creation that I go into, or we've often talked about this, and people say, and I feel that it lies beyond my brain.
It's not in the brain. Our consciousness transcends the brain. The brain is literally like a receiving set. Your brain, my brain, and his brain, we're downloading information from what our ancient traditions would call the Akashic field, which these days some people call the zero-point energy field, or what is called Planck scale space-time geometry, where everything exists as possibilities: space, time, energy, information, but also platonic values: truth, goodness, beauty, harmony, evolution, creativity. It's part of a non-local process. In the Upanishads, that domain is called Brahman.